Hope you guys are well. Today's topic is about knowledge is power. And I truly don't believe that. And I'm going to speak from my own personal experiences. This will be the new format of our videos here on Refined Integrity. I'm just going to share the experiences and the trials and tribulation I've been through and just talk to you as a friend. That's what I want this channel to be all about, is supporting men through the hard times. You know, we're going through a lot in America and worldwide. And it's by design, and this is how it's supposed to be. And they say that knowledge is power, but I do not believe that. I believe knowledge enacted upon for a long enough period of time is power, and that becomes empowerment. So I'm only going to share the things that I know through my experiences, not concepts. We'll talk some philosophy here, but I'm going to share with you guys philosophy, strategy, and then tactical things that you can do based on the things that I've gone through and the experience that I've had. So what I've learned is that knowledge is not power unless it's enacted upon. So one of the biggest things we talk about within our communities, we have 6 ecosystems. I call businesses ecosystems. I've lost multiple businesses. I've failed 5 times before my first business ever worked out. I was a drug addict 18 years ago, had an opiate addiction, attempted suicide on December 18, 2006, and I've had a long journey of ups and downs. So the first thing I want to share with you, if you think that what you're going through, hopefully this will sound to you as encouragement, that what you're going through is going to break you. It's not. It's meant for you. I promise you that the thing you're going through is meant for you. It's a trial and tribulation that you're experiencing right now, that your soul needs to go through to heal and to gain wisdom. And so what I started to find is knowledge applied for a long enough period of time to access a new paradigm is truly wisdom. Let me explain. So I had this experience when I was sitting in Peru in 2000, I think it was 21, with one of my plant medicine experiences. I was sitting there, and it wasn't a physical vision. It was a feeling of seeing myself with my daughter. When my daughter was a little girl, I would be taking her places to buy drugs, and I was not a good father. And, you know, I can fully admit that, and I've healed through that. We've healed through that. We have a phenomenal relationship now. She's one of my best friends, and as we've gone through this process, we've healed together. But in that moment, I was a horrible father. I was a horrible, horrible person. And as I sat in that moment in Peru, I think it was in 2021, I go there once or twice a year, and I remember feeling that vision of me in that moment. And here I am sitting in Peru at a much completely different frequency, a much different healed version of myself. And I thought for myself, for a moment, I'm like, wow, there is a person right now, as I sit in Peru at one of the highest level frequencies I had ever experienced, and the highest level of healing that I've ever experienced within that moment. As I sit there, now having a great relationship with my daughter, have healed quite a bit, a lot more healing to do in that moment. And, you know, successful company, a good father, you know, doing much better in my relationships, that there's somebody in that moment dragging their child through drug houses to buy drugs. And I thought, what's the difference between the version of myself that was in that moment to the version of myself sitting in Peru at that level of energy or frequency, whatever you want to call it? And the thing was, is it's just knowledge that I accessed. So I was able to access new knowledge after my attempted suicide, but I took that knowledge and I applied it. So I actually took the knowledge that I was learning and I applied it for a long enough period of time until it actually became my new paradigm, and that became my new reality, my new baseline. And from that new baseline, I reached forward and I grabbed new knowledge, and I took the knowledge and I applied it for a long enough period of time to create a new baseline. Now, the baseline looks like a cycle, though. The cycle keeps coming back over and over and over again. It's going to test you. Your old self is going to test you. But what I was able to do is I was able to stay resilient for a long enough period of time for the old self to die off. So it's kind of like a rebirth every single time I got to that new knowledge set. But there was a timeline that I had to go through for a long enough period of time to create that new baseline. Does that make sense? So where you may be sitting right now, so for example, I'm 49, I'll be turning 50 in about 6 months, and I'm experiencing the greatest life I could have ever imagined, but it was from constantly applying wisdom or knowledge that became wisdom, which became the new reality, right? So what I'm experiencing today is the discipline I put in from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 So my encouragement to you today is you shouldn't have it all figured out. You should be failing. You should feel frustrated. All you have to do, my friend, is know that it's okay, that the thing you're experiencing right now is a cycle that keeps coming back to you over and over again until your soul is ready to heal through that. So know that it's okay. The next step for you is to find out what knowledge do you need to break this cycle. What knowledge, person, place, thing, schooling, education, mentorship, what do you need? And then once you get that knowledge, you need to be serious about applying that knowledge, like extremely serious about applying that knowledge. You need to put blinders on, you need to go all in, and you do it consistently enough until it becomes your new paradigm. That becomes your new baseline. Once it becomes your new baseline, though, know that that's deep rooted in your subconscious, and you need to practice it over and over and over again, and that becomes a new baseline. And then you're going to go through the process again. You're going to get uncomfortable. For example, it took us years to build our first 7-figure company. We call them ecosystems, right? And then the second time we did it, it took us 18 months, right? And then the third time we're about to do it, it's taken us a little bit, about the same time, right? But now we're about to build our first 10-figure company going into 2026, right? So 8-figure company. We're going into our first 8-figure company. And there's so many new things we have to learn: systems, processes, structure, accountability, executive teams. And it's uncomfortable, right? So we get new knowledge, we apply it, we learn, we fall down, we get back up, just like a child learning to walk. So my message is, knowledge is not power. Knowledge enacted upon for a long enough period of time becomes power and wisdom. And that's why you shouldn't have it all figured out right now, that you should be a little confused as you move into that new paradigm. So know that it's okay if you are feeling that you're failing right now. All you have to do is be consistent for a long enough period of time. Put those blinders on and go after it. So I'm going to continue to share these personal stories here. So I do not believe that knowledge is power. I believe that knowledge enacted upon for a long enough period of time to access that new baseline and paradigm is power. And that's all you have to do, my friend. So I will keep bringing more. This is how I want to do the channel. Just me talking to you guys, connecting with you guys. If you'd like to visit refinedintegrity.com, we have created a men's group, a men's program there where we're helping men rise up. Every Monday I'm going live in that program. It's a school community. But I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And so I'm going to keep bringing you this wisdom. I guess it would be wisdom. It's things that I've gone through and experiences I've had. And hopefully I can just help one man out there get their shit together. So love you guys. Warriors, rise. I'll see you in the next video.